And moving on, while Afghanistan is riddled with different forms of humanitarian and socio-political and economic crisis, there is one component to the problem that has been underreported over time. It is the large swaths of territories that are nestled with landmines. There are few agencies that have been helping demining the area, but it is just not proving to be enough. In the absence of adequate funds, the country is staring at a larger threat that has already killed several people, especially the children who have treaded the region inadvertently.
These men in a straight line wearing protective vests are mine clearance workers from Danish Refugee Council scanning a barren patch of land with their equipment. They install a flag near even a barely visible device in the dirt and then connect it by wires that are hundreds of meters long to a small makeshift control center. The countdown begins and the device blows up, and the deminers return to continue their work. A large part of the area that was used as a battlefield by different forces in the long era of war in Afghanistan is filled with mines, and demining that region has become one of the biggest challenges the country has faced in a long time. People have lost their lives, sometimes limbs, which leave them paralyzed for their entire lives in the absence of a good healthcare system in the country.
The issue of landmines and unexploded ordinances is a very, very big problem in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is actually one of the most contaminated countries on earth.
The UN Mining Agency estimates that almost 80% of civilian casualties from explosive remnants of war are children, partly due to their curiosity, as well as their regular role in collecting scrap metal to sell to bolster families' incomes. In the 7 months to March, about 300 Afghan children were killed or maimed by landmines and other unexploded devices, according to the UN's Children's Agency. At a Red Cross hospital nearby, the effects of the landmine problem are clear as dozens of Afghans, including young children, walk across the hallway with their prostheses. Experts say the country will continue to face a similar fate if it doesn't get enough financial assistance from others. Landmines need to go, and it can happen only with the integrated efforts of all, they say. Victims of the blast say they didn't get enough opportunity.
زه په کندهار ولایت کې نن اته کاله مخکې کنار زیادې مین باندې ختلی یم دواړې پښې مې ماته د لاسه ورکړې دي نن اته کاله مخکې
که دولت افغانستان بود چهار اطراف از مین بود ما با مین شناخت کامل نداشتیم وقتی که ما داخل منطقه شدیم به قلعه نزدیک شدیم وقت متوجه شدیم که انفجار شد زیر پایم یک وقت متوجه شدیم که پایم از دست رفته.
Experts believe that the Taliban's return to power last summer should have helped demining efforts, with swaths of territory that were off limits during the fighting finally accessible. However, the foreign governments have now frozen development aid to the Afghan government, unwilling to send their money, which has only toughened the task. The West and the US have refrained from providing support in view of the potential threats that could emerge with the resurgence of terrorist groups, including Al-Qaeda, which was responsible for 9/11 attacks. And this has resulted in the Afghan government agency that oversees mine clearance losing its roughly $3 million funding and laid off about 120 staff in April, the majority of the organization, because it couldn't pay salaries. Hundreds of devices have been detonated in the vicinity in this region alone, but almost 40,000 square miles still need to be cleared.